Hello, it's me again. This is something I call Just My Thoughts, and it's being recorded on August 11th, 2016. There's a TV commercial running now for a tablet that allegedly improves your brain function. The ad says that the main ingredient is something they get from a jellyfish, which has no brains. It occurs to me that our United States Congress must be taking these pills by the fistful. They have no spine, like the jellyfish, and they apparently have no brains either, like the jellyfish. My late father-in-law, who lived in Washington, D.C., where they just call it the district, used to say that the district needed an enema because it was full of crap, and since he'd lived there all of his life, I took that to be an accurate statement. Certain things puzzle me, as they probably do for a lot of others. Take prostate cancer as an example. Like several other types of cancer, science has a pretty good handle on how to take care of it, but they don't seem to have a clue as to why or how it comes about. I could be wrong on that, but since I'm a prostate cancer survivor, and my doctors admitted they didn't know how it started, that will be my route. Over millions of years, there's been an evolution of Homo sapiens, but in the lifespan of the average human being. This is by way of saying that doctors should know what's going on in the human body by now, I would think anyhow. The brain, unfortunately, is a whole other discussion, since whatever ails it usually calls for the patient to be dead. And yes, there are exceptions to that also. The thing that most people are interested in is dementia and or Alzheimer's. And for that, you do need the person to be dead. Not a pleasant thought. There was a time in my life when I owned cars that were, as described by Ford Motor Company, long, low, and lovely. They were Lincolns. Through the years, though, it seems as though styling has given way to utility, resulting in some very ugly cars. Cadillac is a prime example of this. Going from the standard of the world to taking a back seat to cars such as Lexus and Infiniti. Granted, the cars of today are technological wonders, but there was something extraordinary about a black limousine with covered wheels in the fenders and a place for fresh flowers in the cabin for the enjoyment of the people in the back. Even the lowly VW Beetle, which took the world by storm, and which was both easy to drive and repair, even that one has undergone changes to the point where it only slightly resembles the original. For those of us that own convertibles, it was the ultimate car of freedom. And I still maintain that at least once in his life, every American male driver should own one. There's just nothing like it. When was the last time you heard about Zoroastrianism? It served as the state religion of the pre-Islamic Iranian empires from around 600 BCE to 650 BCE. Zoroastrianism was suppressed from the 7th century onward following the Muslim conquest of Persia. The Islamic belief is that anything that existed before Islam is not worth anything, and so they destroy everything they find. Several well-known places and pieces have been blown up or knocked down when Islamic forces took over the region. If you're homosexual, you're slated to be killed. Muslims, that is the true believers, will capture you and throw you off a high building, and if that doesn't kill you, you'll probably be tortured to death. Of course, this will be denied by people who do not really understand Islam. Along with homosexuals, if you are an apostate, you are also slated for death, and probably in the most horrible of ways. In the cult of Islam, there is no contradicting the word, because the moon god gave Muhammad the words and he put them down on paper. Since both of these entities were perfect, there can be no arguing with them. Now, you may ask, if Islam has over 1 billion followers, why don't we hear from more of the moderates? The answer to that is very simple. Anyone that questions anything that is done by the radical ones is under the threat of death, again, in the most heinous ways. Simple things, such as dressing like a Westerner, will get you killed. Being seen in public with a male not a member of your family will get you killed. Notable imams have said that there is no age limit. Even babies can have sexual relations, and refusal could get you killed. Some religion of peace, eh? I believe that Islam came about because a pedophile warlord wanted to be more powerful in his part of the world. And so he invented himself as the messenger of the moon god. He wrote down the things he liked to do. And they were things that were common in the 7th century and common among warring groups. Giving them the title of religion for this discussion is more than gracious, but it's necessary. Other religions do not preach murder and mayhem simply because you don't believe the way they do. Other religions treasure their ancient ways and artifacts. Other religions evolve through the centuries to keep up. Other religions do not suppress their followers. Since when is anyone above the law in this country? Really? If Congress had any sort of the proper genitalia, they would have stopped Barack Hussein Obama a long time ago, and he, along with several members of his administration, would be in jail right now. Here's some trivia for you. An E2 enlisted person in the military who may be called to put his or her life on the line for America earns about $11 an hour. How does this square with the $15 an hour for flipping burgers? If you are not upset about this, you haven't been paying attention. This helped me make up my mind. The folks speaking out against Trump helped me make up my mind. Is he the perfect candidate whose thoughts mirror mine on all fronts? Nope. Does he say everything the way I wish he would? Nope. Am I absolutely certain that his motives are absolutely pure? Nope. Can I point to any other Democrat politician that I like better? Nope. Is there any of the other rhino politicians I like better? Nope. Am I going to sit home refuse to vote and let Hillary win because he is not perfect? No. Do I like what I've seen for the last 7.5 years with the jerk that sleeps in my White House? Nope. Do I like the fundamental changes that same jerk has brought about in my America? Nope. Okay. Your turn to decide what you're going to do in November. Trump's presidential qualifications. Obama is against Trump. Check. The media are against Trump. Check. The establishment Democrats are against Trump. Check. The establishment Republicans are against Trump. Check. The Pope is against Trump. Check. The UN is against Trump. Check. The EU is against Trump. Check. China is against Trump. Check. Mexico is against Trump. Check. Soros is against Trump. Check. Black Lives Matter is against Trump. Check. Move On is against Trump. Check. The Koch brothers are against Trump. Check. Hillary and Bernie are both against Trump. Check. Illegal aliens are against Trump. Check. Islam is against Trump. Check. Kasich is against Trump. Check. Hateful, racist, violent liberals are against Trump. Check. Now, that being said, it seems to me Trump must be the best qualified candidate we could ever have. If you have so many political insiders and left-wing nutcases, all scared to death, that they all speak out against him at the same time, most of all, it will be the people's choice. Plus, more about Trump. He's not a lifetime politician. Check. He's not a lawyer. Check. He's not doing it for the money. Check. He's a natural-born American citizen, born in the USA from American parents. Check and bonus points. Whoopi says she will leave the country. Rosie says she will leave the country. Sharpton says he will leave the country. Governor Brown says California will build a wall. And by the way, as of this date, California has made it a law that illegal aliens can vote in the national election. How about that, folks? Cher says she will leave the country. Miley Cyrus says she will leave the country. The Constitution and the Bill of Rights will prevail. Hillary will go to jail. The budget will be balanced in 8 years. Americans will have first choice on jobs. You will not be able to marry your pet. You will be able to keep your gun or guns if you qualify. Not a criminal or a crazy person, etc. Only live, registered United States citizens can vote, and you must show ID, picture ID, to vote. Come to think of it, we have no place to go but up. So if you're confused, you must not have been paying attention. Parting shot. During World War II, many of the men and women who would go on to become Hollywood big stars served in the armed forces. The list is long, and the names make up a who's who of Tinseltown. Where are those types of heroes today? Probably hiding in their safe places, afraid of chalk writing on the sidewalk, living in the basement of their parents' homes, protesting on the streets without a coherent notion of why they're there. It goes on and on and on. Wake up, America. Your country needs you desperately.